Hey, how's it going? I'm Project Inc. Back for a minute. Yeah, I know I haven't really posted any videos lately. I just wanted to do a quick update in the last couple of years anyway. We'll just sum it up from there. I'm recently married. I guess it's been 2 years now. Me and my wife got married in Las Vegas. And if you don't know, we're from Ontario, near Ottawa. So going to Las Vegas is a pretty big deal for us. And then it's been about a year. I recently got laid off from my job about a year ago, and I went back to school. And what I took was heavy equipment. So I did heavy equipment. So now I have my backhoe, excavator, bulldozer, and grader ticket. Then I was looking around for jobs in that field. I've been wanting to do heavy equipment since I was playing in the sandbox with my Tonka toys. So it's been one of those things that I've been wanting to do for a while. So anyway, after I graduated, I decided I was looking for jobs, and the thing about living where I am in Canada is usually it's seasonal. So that means during the spring or late spring and through the late fall type deal. So there's not too much jobs because I got laid off in about February. So I didn't take the course until midsummer anyway. By that time, people were just laying off or not even hiring. So I was looking for a job, and a lot of the interviews I've had, they were saying you need your Class AZ, which allows me to drive a transport truck. And in that AZ, there's a D, which is for a dump truck. So that would cover that too. So I'd be able to drive a dump truck. So I decided to get more schooling. So I took a course at a town about an hour away from here, and I finally got my AZ. I just recently started with a company. I actually had the job before I actually did my road test with the DMV. And it was they hired me right on the spot on stipulating that I passed my criminal background check. I obviously passed my driving test with the DMV. They do a driving test right at the company they want me to do, and I would also have to pass a drug test. So anyway, I knew all that stuff was not a problem because I don't do drugs or anything like that, and I know I'm a good driver, and I was through school there, so anyway, so now I'm with the company. I'm about 2 weeks in. So what happens is I'm with a trainer for, they said, up to 3 weeks. So pretty much it's me and another guy in a truck, which there's bunk beds and stuff like that in there, so it's not like, we're sleeping on each other or, but it is a smaller confined space. So there's 2 seats in the front, and then there's 2 bunks in the back, There's not much room, so you got to pack really light. So far, there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons. The pros are, I know I'm going to end up having my own truck in at least a week, I'm hoping. And another pro is that I'm learning a lot. You learn something new every day. You pretty much make up your own hours. Obviously, you have some times that you have to be at a certain delivery point. Another thing I want to let you know is it's long hauling, pretty much, and it's a lot of U.S. haul. So we're from Canada, so we go across the states, which where I live it's about 15 minutes from the bridge, and half hour from another international bridge. So like we're on the belt of multiple international bridges in at least an hour span. So we could go through a lot of different places and travel the Midwest, East Coast, that type of thing. So so um, another pro is my driving skills have gotten better. Um, a lot of cons, not a lot, but like learning everything that you learned in school to pass your DMV test, it's pretty much throw that out the window. Like even shifting, like we were taught how to double clutch. Yes, you can double clutch. Obviously, in this truck that we're driving, International Pro Star, um, which I heard is not a bad truck, but it's not the best. Um, but anyway, new shifting. My trainer doesn't use the clutch at all. That's new. And he split. We have a 13 speed, so that means you have to split the 5 to the 8th. So that's a new curve for me. We used to only split the 8th gear on the highway, and the biggest thing about splitting all the top gears is when you're really heavy load to get up to speed quicker, it's easier on the equipment and you actually get up to speed faster if you keep on splitting. So that's a new thing for me, learning how to split each gear without the clutch. That's a kind of a learning curve for me right now, but every day is getting better. Another con right now is just sharing space. I'm a pretty private person, and I like my alone downtime. And when you're trapped in a small confined space with another human being, it could be your best friend, it could be your wife, your girlfriend, your dad, your mom. You know what? After 2 weeks of being with them 24 hours a day, 7 days, well, not 7, close to 6 sometimes, it could get kind of frustrating. Like so far, everything's good. We haven't had any problems. We don't argue. We get along fine. He's an awesome dude. It's just inside. It's just like, I need my freedom. It's nice to be home right now, though. It is. It is. It's so nice to be home. So that's a downside. And right now, I have to follow his rules. Like it's his truck. It's his home. I gotta go by his rules, which I'm 100% fine with that. But you also gotta go by his schedule too. If he doesn't really have to go to the washroom, if you really have to go, yeah, he's not that big of a dick that you'd be like, no, you gotta hold it. But at the same time, you don't want to slow him down to be making his delivery, right? Because he's getting paid by the mileage. That's another downside right now. I'm getting paid by the day. It's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. There's some companies that say, "Well, look, we're investing into you, so when we're training you, we ain't paying you. So that's your own time." So I'm getting paid by the day, which isn't really bad, but working sometimes 16 hours a day for that amount, yeah, that sucks. It makes a long day. Another uh, uh, con is sleeping quarters. I'm used to a king size bed, you know, and I gotta do a little bunk bed, and I'm all cramped up. And the first night, holy shit, I haven't been in a bunk bed since I was a kid. Almost rolled over the thing because it's about the size of this couch, just a little bit wider maybe, but yeah. you gotta sleep in an uncomfortable bed. Which once you get your own truck though, like, if you're not happy with the mattress, you could always lay something down. You know, um, so that's not that big of a deal. And the truck that we have, it doesn't have a fridge in it. But I personally have a cooler that I'm going to bring with me that you just plug in and it keeps things cold. He has one. It's not a lot of room, and plus with the extra baggage and everything else, like I don't really have the room to bring extra shit. So I kind to, eating a lot of sandwiches and, granola bars and stuff like that. He doesn't have a microwave or a TV. He's not really big into music, so we don't listen to the radio. That's another thing. I'm gonna have a microwave in mine, even like a crock pot or something like that. A TV. You don't need all that stuff, but just in your downtime, you want to do your own thing. Right now, I just don't have a lot of options. But once I'm on my own, yeah, I'll have all that amenities, and I'll be probably getting a Sirius radio. So and I have an iPod chock full of music. But so that would be a pro, and I don't force anyone to, confine into my type of music, because I know the general population doesn't like my type of music, which I understand that I grew up that not everyone likes my type of music or can't stand it, so he does his own thing, I do my own thing, and we get along fairly well. But yeah, it's an experience. As I said, like he's the type of person. He wakes up in the morning, rolls out of bed, hops in the driver's seat after his circle check on the vehicle, and we're on the road in 15-20 minutes. I personally I don't do that. I have to wake up and maybe wash my face and eat. I'm a big fan of breakfast, so I eat every morning when I get up. It's kind of my routine to get myself started and get going. I'm not a morning person as it is, and we'd be going bed at maybe 11 o'clock at night after eating supper and so forth, getting a shower into us, and then we'd have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and hit the road, you know. And he's pretty strict on his times. I understand. Sometimes you have to, but some of our loads, he we don't really have an appointment time, but I see his point where get there early as you can, but sacrifice a half hour to eat. Yeah, I prefer to do that, especially a hot meal. Like even if you had a kettle and you wanted some porridge or something, which I don't have right now. So that kind of sucks. But I'm making the best of it, and I know it's not going to last forever. And after hopefully one more week, 3 weeks training, I'm hoping I could get my own truck. And I guess I'll make another video and try to keep you guys updated and see what's going on. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.